Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Sabrina the Witch here. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. I'm really happy to bring this video to you today because it not only has to do with the dark moon, but it has to do with Astarte and star energy. I have talked quite a bit about star energy. If you have watched a lot of my videos, I believe I have a playlist on stellar magic. I highly encourage you to go and watch those. I discovered star energy magic or stellar magic in 2019, I believe. It was around the beginning of 2019, possibly late 2018. And it was when, hi Jade, it was when I was going to start selling my furniture and then my house. Hey honey, oh come here. So I have the black candle lit now in honor of the dark moon. The dark moon is the other superpower we have, the opposite of the full moon, equal opposite power of the full moon, the dark moon. But I'm really excited to bring this to you today because it's been 13 months since I had my connection to Astarte, and I've just continued to learn more and more and more. And it only took about 1 month, because it was about this date last year that I hit upon her connection to the constellations. Call me slow, but you can't learn everything from books. And even if you read it, you know, it could be going over your head unless you are, unless you are experiencing something, you can't really understand what that meant in that passage in that book that you read. So I made a video about how the dark moon connects to the constellations. And so tomorrow, the 28th, is going to herald the movement of the constellations from Cancer into Leo. And that dark moon is going to help you capture that star energy and the energy of the constellation Leo and the Behenian star, the fixed star Regulus. Whoa, that's a lot. If you've ever been outside on a dark moon, you can see exactly how clear the stars are. Why are the stars so clear tonight? Well, because it was probably a dark moon. So this is a wonderful, powerful time. Star energy can not only clear the mind, but it can override negative aspects in your chart. That's why I literally penciled in or wrote in with a pen Astarte in my second house of Taurus, because I have such a debilitating aspect there, which happens to be actually Lilith. I love Lilith. She has really been showing me what a wise woman she is and how much she cares about women. But this hidden aspect of myself in Taurus has just really had me, for some reason, I don't know what it is, has had me opposing the ability to really get extra money into my life, and especially when I need it, or to eventually start learning that I needed to just save more dollars to get something of quality, you know, instead of having to buy the same thing over and over again every 6 months, right? So sometimes just being too frugal or too cheap, it doesn't really work. And Taurus can have that aspect. So I've had to learn how to change my thoughts on that and also bring more resources into my life. So what I first did years ago as I was getting ready to sell my house was engrave the star of Taurus, Aldebaran, in this silver pendant that I have with the moonstone on the other side. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that story, and you've seen me wear it for months and months. I made it in 2018, and it started imbuing itself in me, and I was getting a stronger connection to the moon and to Taurus. So this works. I sold my house at the last minute, just a month after making my talisman. And then when the moon was in Taurus. And then my house sold when Taurus was in the sky, in the heavens, in May. So now when I had my dream this time last year, the lion had come to me through the mirror. You go watch that video from my playlist. I think it's called Astarte and the Lion's Gate Portal. That's when I realized this is connected to the constellations. She had come to me through the mirror in the form of a lion, very, very strong. I was frightened. And then I saw myself in another small space getting ready to perform a skin treatment on a client. This has to do with leadership. Leo is many things, and I'll talk about that. But inside of Leo is this fixed star Regulus. So the fixed stars relate to the constellations that are fixed constellations. Taurus is a fixed constellation. Aldebaran is a fixed star. Regulus has to do with royalty, kingship, and leadership. Now I have a lot of planets in Leo, and I'm a number 1 person, but I'm also a Cancer. And so one of the reasons why I've realized I have such a strong connection to Astarte is because Cancers are said to be ruled by the moon. So I think if you're a water sign, or if you've got a moon in Cancer, you probably have a stronger connection to Astarte than the average person. So this is one of the main reasons why I think I have such a strong connection to her. Also, I have a moon in Capricorn, which relates to Saturn. That is one of her correspondences. But yeah, she is said to be the power behind the moon, but she's also very much the queen of heaven. See what I mean? There's the dark moon and the constellations. This is what that is trying to tell us. This system that was set up. And the moon is always considered feminine. It's called a goddess. And it's all been personified for us to relate to. And over the years, it's become like an egregore. It's got a sort of consciousness to it. So what can you gain by working on the 28th, Thursday, on this dark moon? Well, you can, number 1, gather up a lot of star energy from the constellation Leo. I would definitely create, set myself on fire, create a sigil or print one out of Astarte, and also get an image of a lion. Now this is one I printed out with Goddess Astarte and a lion. This is an artist's rendition of what she would look like. And then there's the moon. So I would definitely get those symbols for you to tap into. A lion, a female, the sigil of Astarte. Lion is heart-centered, and this is a very powerful energy here, and it is said to be really where a lot of healing energy comes from. So it is a place of compassion. Lions are very warm-hearted. One of the most helpful, generous female friends I've ever had is my English friend Tanya. She's a Leo. She not only paid to have Bass cremated, but she had given me money when I was just, at that point I was just not yet on economic assistance to get me through my second set in return, and she just handed me money. And then my ex would come over and bring me groceries. So then I got on economic assistance. And then by doing that, I was able to get the city to actually pay for the electrical repairs that were needed in my home so I could sell it. But, I mean, I have been so incredibly touched by this woman's compassion. Is really what it is. So if you've ever had a Leo friend, you know, they can be very warm-hearted, they can be very generous. Now, my sister used to be very generous, but she had married an addict, and so things began to change. He was demanding her money, and she was giving it to him. Now, the Leo energy is also about courage. It corresponds to the sun. And you might say, well, maybe I could work with Lucifer. Well, not really in this instance, because Lucifer is not really related to the dark moon, and Lucifer also has Venus, the Venus aspect there. So here with the dark moon, we are going to be gathering up dark energy, but we're actually going to just be sort of turning out the lights so we can focus in and harness the energy of the stars. So courage, compassion, bravery, and there's also there's something regal about people that are Leos or have a lot of Leo in them. They like to probably, you know, dress up or do makeup, or, you know, they might be even in cosmetology. They might be very much into their hair. They might have a lot of hair. And so they can be very regal, very royal. And they can also very much be interested in being on stage and being in the performing arts. They could be a painter, they could be a dancer, they could be a singer, they could be a nightclub musician, a variety of things, right, in the arts. They could be a makeup artist, a cosmetologist, very much concerned with the body. My friend is very much concerned with the body, beautifying the body, and she used to give facials and massages, but she has been doing hair removal. So yeah, that's very much indicated there. I'm sorry. Jay, get off the kitchen table. You don't know you're not supposed to do that. Okay, all right. I'll give you some more food in a minute. They've been cooped up in the house. It's so hot. You know, July's the hottest month of the year. That's the month I was born in. We don't go out in this month, but it rained yesterday, and so we went out for a few minutes last night. And no, we're not going out today. I'm going to have to wait till later. So those are some of the energies. Now, as far as leadership is concerned, when we're talking about Regulus, people that have had Regulus at a certain degree of Leo in their chart have become very, very well known. They've been senators or presidents is what I've been hearing from astrologers. And even the females that had it would be married to someone very, very, very high up, like Eleanor Roosevelt, married to a president. So yeah, there's quite a few people that are very high up. But if you're the CEO of your own business, or you're starting your own business, or you've just been promoted to a higher level and you're very nervous, this could be something that could give you courage and give you information on how to be a good manager, how to be a good leader, how to be a good business owner, and lead your employees, lead your staff, lead your people, and not just boss them around, really. They've got to have incentives. You know, if you nitpick them to death, they're going to hate their job. But anyway, like I said, I've learned over the years about good managers and bad managers. And if I ever had my own business, you know, I would know how I would want to be treated because I had been an employee for so long. Why do you think so many people don't want to go out and work anymore? So many people that get in positions of leadership and they're terrible, you know. So this is leading with wisdom and maybe some compassion. This could even be people that are interested in getting into healthcare or nursing, nursing homes and caring for people. And when my friend talks, she points to her heart and she says, I want to help people. And very interesting, isn't it? So, yeah, what I would do tomorrow is, if you can, get a black candle. If you can't, get something else that you think relates to Leo, like yellow or red or maybe orange. Red is very good for strength, getting strength and vitality and building courage. Color therapy is very real. It works. Leo is the king of the jungle. The lioness is the queen of the jungle. They are the alpha male, the alpha female. So they can be very, very much wanting to feel a sense of wanting to be in charge, but there's also the energy of needing to know how to be in charge. So it can bring you information. You focus on the lion, focus on your candle color, and then maybe get, like I've suggested, some type of a goblet that you could look at the flame of the candle in that, so you could look at that for longer. You can't look at that flame, but you can look at the reflection of the flame. And then I have a sigil of the moon here. But if you can print off the moon or draw the moon and get the right color candle, and if you've got stones that you know correspond, yellow, orange, I even have what's called, I think it's just called a white or a crystal moonstone. This is a milky moonstone. There's all different kinds of moonstones. And put that there. I would say get yourself in the mood. If you are not familiar yet with my incense, I have a shop where I have crushed some organic flowers and added some resins to create an Astarte incense. And what I do when I don't want to get it smoky is I put it on foil and then I put a tea light candle in here. So that helps to set the mood, help get you getting those correspondences to go. It is a good idea to have incense. It does attract the spirit. So if you can get a stick of jasmine, or if you've got my Astarte incense, you can burn that on charcoal, or you can burn it on an oil warmer and get that scent going. And if you have my Astarte oil, you can take a drop of it and also put that on the warmer, or put it on your third eye, put it on the top of your head, put it on your neck, put it on your wrists, and focus while you're doing that. I would also try to look at the constellation of Leo. Get a image on your phone that shows you the constellation of Leo and the star Regulus. Think of Regulus, okay? And look up a symbol for the fixed star Regulus. I haven't done that yet, but I can't necessarily do everything. I want you to get involved. I want you to go to Google and look up the images for the symbol for the fixed star Regulus. Now I had engraved the symbol for Aldebaran with the moon and the symbol of Taurus here, and you can do that tomorrow as well if you have some gold jewelry or even some silver jewelry. And this would be a good time for you. You don't really have to know the election of the time and the hour if you're working with Astarte, because she has been created and used for so many years that her connection is very, very strong. And all you have to do is tap into her. And you would put the symbol of Regulus on there, or the symbol of Leo. Carve it with your atame or a nail. Disinfect the nail. Maybe fumigate it over some incense. Fumigate your jewelry. And then carve Leo, the symbol of Leo, and a little crescent moon. The moon is the closest heavenly body to the earth, and so the star energy is actually still going to pass through the moon and then come down to the earth plane. After you've done that engraving, if that's what you choose to do, fumigate it again over some incense that corresponds to Astarte. She is a thought form that's become like an egregore, and all you have to do is plug into it, and all of her correspondences will start working for you. The energy for Leo can come through. Who knows what will happen? You know, if you have some things in your chart that make it so that she can come through to you like she did to me, don't be surprised. Now, what I did was I took my mirror that has the sigil of Astarte, and I took that to my bedroom, and I propped it up on a little shelf table thing, and then I took a candle and one crystal next to it, and I just felt connection, you know. Astarte, hello Astarte, Astarte. I really just said her name, Astarte, and I would connect to Astarte that way. Astarte. And you can do that at least 3 times. Now there's also some ends that are already created on YouTube that you can pull up that can go for 15 minutes. Some of them go for an hour. And just listen to the chanting of that end for Astarte to connect you even stronger. As that candle is burning, if it's next to you, that might be better. Or if you want to hold a crystal maybe under your pillow, or you've got the symbol next to you. There's a variety of ways that you can do this. But your heartfelt intention to connect to this energy to help you, whether or not you are a leader type of a person, if you're really wanting to become more of a leader type of a person and you want to be respected and you want to be good at what you do as a leader, nobody's going to follow you if they don't like you. Right? Now they're not necessarily needing to like you. You know, you cannot be their friend when you are their boss and their leader. But if they don't feel like you really care about them at all, good luck. That's all I have to say, because, you know, there's so many people that just don't even want to go to work anymore. I'm still hearing horror stories about people that are in positions that they should be fired, but they're not now because businesses are desperate to have people in those positions of management, and they're idiots. You know what I mean? They don't have a formal education. They got emotional problems, and they are yelling and screaming at their staff, and some people are quitting, some people are leaving. I saw a thing on the news, I think, of some people that walked out of Burger King because of their boss. Hallelujah. You know, that is self-respect, and that's something that the lion has. This regal royal aspect is self-confidence, self-respect. So, yeah, if you're wanting to get assistance or knowledge about connecting with the constellations now, every time the dark moon comes around, I do it every month. I do it every month. Now, this is also very much, I'd say, about tribes and prides. That just came to me. my two familiars are felines. And but people say, you know, you can't get a cat to come when you call them. Well, if you're a cat lover and you have a relationship with your cats, they come when you call them, don't they? They're very, very much wanting to be with the family, with the tribe, and they are affectionate, very affectionate. Not all cats are the same, right? But they pretty much like to lay near you or have you close by, and they're very protective. Every time I go to the bathroom, they're watching, you know, at the door, they're guarding. So, yeah, it's a fascinating thing. This is a very wild, raw energy for sure. And so, you know, it's not something that you would want to really try to pull in yourself right now, but just connect to the constellation and see what types of ideas come to you over the next 2 weeks as the moon begins to wax. Because that's when it usually happens in my experience. When I meditate on the dark moon to draw energy, things will manifest under the waxing moon in about 2 weeks. All right, I look forward to hearing what you did if you are going to connect to the dark moon every single month, and especially tomorrow, Thursday the 28th, as Leo enters the heavens, and call on Astarte and ask her to give you whatever information from this Leo energy that would be helpful for you and assist you. And I will see you on the next video. Take care.